Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to another episode of JLC TV with me, the host Jack Walsh,
and me, the operations director Luke Murray.
and today is Operation Wednesday. We were gonna try. I thought we could do it together. Maybe next time.
We need to work on that.
Yeah. Operation Wednesday, and we're gonna go into a little bit more detail what it takes to run this ship from an operations point of view, because we don't always hear from the operations what we do every week, but
once a week.
But we let the operations accumulate and build up, so then we can then spew them onto the into the ether, into the YouTube channel.
Yeah, for sure.
So with that, then, do you want to tell us?
Yeah. So it's been quite an interesting week, quite a difficult week actually. So these things happen. We've got somebody that's gone off with sickness for a couple of weeks, so that brings its challenges in certain areas. So when we've got someone off on sickness, and we've also got someone on holiday. We've got Chris that's away in Asia for she's on a 3-week holiday.
Gone.
Yeah, so he's on a 3-week holiday, and then we have sickness, like long term as well. So then all of a sudden, it's all hands to the pump. So yeah, it's been quite a challenging week. A lot of people kind of like moving positions, but this is why we always go on about upskilling and training people. We've had to drop people into different areas this week, and a lot of people have stepped up and had to sort of do extra work with the extra people we've had off and other sickness on top of that. So yeah.
What part of Asia has he gone to?
Thailand, I think.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Did he tell you what part?
No, he didn't. No.
Oh, I could have told him where to go, what not to do.
Yeah.
Thailand's nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've gone for 3 weeks then. So like a bit of a travelling thing, or is it spiritual, or?
I think it's more of a. He goes every year.
Does he?
Yeah. From what I've seen when he's here, he does it like
On his own?
a once a year trip. His girlfriend's out there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that. He just keeps that to himself.
Yeah. He's quite a personal guy.
Sure. I mean, he's entitled to, right? You don't have to tell us everything.
Yeah. I'm not telling this whole
Why
life
are you
story.
telling me? You didn't tell me. You didn't tell me again. All right, so nice. So you've had a bit then, haven't you? So yeah, I know that. We've got somebody who's off sick now. So yeah, upstairs it's we felt it a little bit. I think as you're away as well, we probably felt a little bit more. But now, we're looking to recruit. Of course, we've got Chinese New Year as well from our side. Obviously, it does affect the whole business.
Of course, yeah.
The Year of the Snake, not without its issues. So we've got Chinese New Year. That's actually gone into effect as we speak. So a lot of us, all of our suppliers now, they've stopped sending things. Today is ground zero today.
Yeah.
We've trained for this. This isn't our first rodeo. We know what's good, but every time, we'll have a rogue order, or somebody will come in like, oh, we need, 3,000 of this. It's like, oh, great, that's all of our stock for that particular line. So we've got to get creative with the quoting. So from us, from a sales perspective, if somebody comes to us for something like, oh, hey, can we get like 200, for example, I've got one now at the moment, it's about 500 cables. It's quite specific. They want 0.5 meter. We've actually got over 500 in stock, which is great. 0.5 meter. But I get creative with it. So now I have a look at other lines that I could potentially upsell as well, as in addition to those. So we want to try and clear space. And actually, I quite use it as like a check, because normally, right, obviously we should be quoting what's in stock, but normally if a customer comes to us for a particular product and we can get it, we quote, and maybe there's a bit of a lead time, but more often than not, we can get it quite quickly. But it gives us a chance to try and shift some stock downstairs, and thus creating more room for you. And obviously you've put in a big order as well from our suppliers as well. So we're trying to clear more space just in time for when the new stock comes.
Yeah, it's a bit of a catch-22 because we over-order on our fast-moving items, because obviously we know we're going to have a little bit of a delay in receiving goods for a little period of time. But at the same time, it's more, we're looking to clear, say, alternative items. If a customer orders one line, say, like a black plug, and we're out of that, we can then upsell and say, right, can we send the white plug instead, and then clear down the white line of that item. So it's a bit of a balancing act, really. And obviously we over-order on the stock, but at the same time, obviously you guys are pushing alternatives for similar products. So yeah, it's not our first rodeo. We do it. We're aware of this difficult period, or not, maybe not difficult, but changing period every
challenging,
year.
isn't it? Okay, it's not that challenging.
Yeah, just challenging. It's just different, isn't it? Every time I've been here, I've seen it. It's always been okay, and we've got through it. So
we certainly have,
yeah.
And this year will not be an exception. And as well, for us, it's a chance to reset. It's like a great reset, because we're having troubles, and we know our competitors are having trouble as well.
Yeah.
This isn't exclusive to us. This is exclusive to anyone. Well, this applies to anyone who is ordering from Asia. So the Chinese New Year affects us all, and it affects the big tier ones as well because of course they're not going to be able to. They're not going to be as flexible and as let's say flexible and nimble the way that we are, the way that we're agilely, we can move around things. For example, if they've got certain lines that they have to order in by sea freight, or if they've got distribution based in Europe or anything like that, those big manufacturers will, then we can then swoop in and save the day. And we've had a few of those as well, where we hold stock. Customer doesn't want to wait however long, 4, 5 weeks, 6 weeks for the tier ones to for their LCL or their sea shipment to arrive. Then they'll open to alternatives. So it's like the great reset, and it's a good chance for us to get our products in front of customers that wouldn't have considered our product before. So I always see these as, I used to obviously fear the Chinese New Year, but now I welcome it. It's like, right, it's a challenge, it's a chance for us to throw in a JLC product, whereas customer wouldn't have considered it. So yeah, I look at it as a positive now, and yeah, everyone struggles with it. So it's just a way for us to kind of reset the playing field.
That's it. It's a positive for us as well, because obviously with less deliveries coming in, that's a big part of the day for the guys in the warehouse. They've actually got more free time, so it then allows us to, I say, improve our stock control, like sanity check locations, and just check all our like finer actual like stock system is actually where it needs to be, and improve it where needed. Obviously, that's like a double-edged sword. We get the opposite effect of that when all the deliveries start coming in. We get hammered when they all do start coming after Chinese New Year. But so you've got to take advantage of the opportunity when we are quieter with deliveries.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. And it's a chance as well, because obviously our normal stock isn't available, so we've got to push more things. And so as from a sales point of view as well, and certainly new business areas, we're going to be optimizing that, and a lot of our customers are going to be, or a lot of our competitors are going to be struggling as well. So we've got to be really active. We've got to really push around this time as well. So a good time. I mean, challenging time, but challenges can be prosperous.
Yeah, definitely. I think for me in the operation as well, like the girls in logistics are probably going to have the toughest time, because obviously customers are demanding like lead times and updates on orders, and obviously when we're trying to get hold of people in Chinese New Year and unsure of dates, and we're expecting them to have like the biggest impact over this period, just because they get so many customers message or asking for updates, and obviously it's more of a delay than usual. So.
That is right. You are right, isn't it? Yeah. But look, from our point of view as well, we're making sure that the salesperson is laying down what's going to happen. We've got to be really transparent, because as part of the six steps of sales, we want to make sure. So we're not just cut and run, let's sell, move on to the next thing. We want to make sure all expectations are considered, and so the customer's not going to get any nasty surprises. So we've got to be really transparent with those lead times, and then be really clear with the offerings as well. And hopefully, they should not get too much of a backlog if everyone does their job right upstairs first. That's right in saying it, would you say?
Yeah. I think that is right.
In theory,
put the pressure onto yourself, but that is correct. Yeah.
Okay. Anything else going on?
That's pretty much it, really. Just prepping, obviously, for Chinese New Year. I said it's been a very busy week with everyone covering, but apart from that, it's been pretty good. Everything's been running smoothly. The one kind of negative, obviously, when we have people off is I normally have to get dragged into the operation more. So like some of my work, say like visa work I do for James. Some like we've got our energy renewal coming up. Like,
right. Okay.
That's a strong focus for customers. Like some of that stuff, like my time gets distracted a little bit when the operation is obviously a little bit lighter. I'll have to jump in and help as well at times. So there's a bit of a knock-on effect with this sickness that we have off, but it's nothing that we can't cope with.
Nothing you can't cope with. Nothing that you can't cope with, mate.
No, we can always we can always do it. And as I said, just as my team have to be adaptable, I have to be adaptable, and we have to like drop in and assist where needed as well, because I said we are a small team, so it's just what you have to do sometimes.
I think you've just highlighted some of our USP as a small team. We're able to diversify.
Flexibility.
Flexibility
is key.
One of my customers, actually, this is quite accurate. He said, we rely on you, because we deal with quite a few. We deal with the majority of the big resellers here in the UK and in Europe as well. But a lot of our big resellers they rely on us. So they consider themselves. I like this one. I probably told you. They're an oil tanker, right? They were like, look, we're an oil tanker, and you're the barge. So we're the little nimble barge that is pushing and helping maneuver this big oil tanker to park, right? And they're just like sailing the seas, delivering a vast amount of oil, like gargantuan amount. And we're the little tugger.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
Analogy.
I quite liked it.
Good comparison.
It came from a good place. You had to be there. You know, his tone was all nice and stuff. It was all good. It's all. I think it was quite accurate. Yeah, but brings me back actually. Back in the day, I used to do all of the back when we were quite much a significant smaller team.
Yeah.
I used to do a lot of those jobs that you mentioned. You know, and I remember doing a lot, and I still get a lot of emails to this day about our trademarks.
Yeah.
I used to do all the trademarks.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, because I remember when I was trying to sort that. I think a month ago there was trademarks and
It
was your name and all these random names. Yeah. Like, what's all this?
I remember
10 years ago. 10-year renewal.
So I remember Ken. Ken back in the day. I mean, he still is. You know, he's forever a mentor. But back in the day, you know, when I was trying to build a new brand to do the B2B piece, I came up with Newt. So Newt was, and at the time we were Jammy Lizard. They're not the same. It's an amphibian. Newt's an amphibian. Obviously. Lizard is a lizard, completely different. But at the time, I was like, the same. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Reptile, yeah. So like, not the same. Quite like the opposite, actually. Anyway, so Cam was like, right, Newt. So like, if you're gonna think of a brand name, what do you need? Like, what do you need it to be? Like, what do you want it to represent? And I was like, oh, okay, Newt. And I was like, he's like, go out and find out what Newt means to different territories, different countries. Because obviously we're thinking big, we're like getting everywhere. And then I was like, I had a meeting with Ken about what Newt meant to people in Africa. And he was like, oh yeah, so in Africa it means fertility. And he was like, Ken's like, bless him, like encouraging me. Me at the time, 24. I was like, yeah, you know, I felt really good that I discovered this, like, Newt was like meant fertility, but like, why would anyone care about a case brand meaning fertile? So yeah, and we had to, when we were doing these trademarks for Newt, I was looking at all the territories to make sure that we weren't conflicting with anyone or anything like that. So, welcome. So yeah, I just brought me back then. Just remember, you know, you end up wearing quite a few hats, you know, and that's.
And it's funny because that highlights the transition. Because obviously I was picking up those trademark renewals, and I remember seeing all these names. I was like, why has someone got a trademark for a Newt? Like, and I said to James, like, what's all this like word Newt trademark? And I was like, yeah, and then obviously now you've explained it, it makes sense.
Yeah, we had a case that we made specifically for a Surface device.
Sorry.
We had and we got it specifically made. It was like MOQ was like 2,000 pieces, and we spent a load of money on it. It's for a Surface Pro 3 at the time, and we got it Newt. It was all Newt branded, and yeah, back in the day, you know, and we're still like always doing those kinds of ventures. We still bring on new products and stuff like that, but yeah, and I think that all comes with like a part of being a relatively small SME.
Yeah.
You know, you can have time and you can spend time on looking at areas where you potentially could grow.
Yeah, for sure.
But well, on that bombshell, I think we leave it there, I reckon, unless you've got anything to say.
No, that's it from me.
Cool. All right. Well, until Friday, guys. I think Friday's going to be our star of the week as well. Is it the raffle as well?
It is raffle.
It is raffle as well. Nice. So we're going to figure out who has won. Is it some cash prizes?
Big cash prizes for attendance, and star of the week for who's been performing the best. So yeah, it's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a double.
We've had a lot of sickness as well, isn't it? So it'll be interesting to see.
The chances are gonna be high. So
the chances are.
Lots of people there's been a lot of sickness going around.
There's been a lot of sickness being around
this month, so that means those people will be out the raffle. So yeah, there should be a high chance of people winning some big prizes.
Stern but fair, but like you say, a higher chance of winning. So stay tuned, be tuned. It's going to be a live one as well. So no swearing, Luke.
Okay.
Guys, I'll see you then. Thank you so much.
Have a good day.